Another way to understand your habitat is to know what types of animals are using your habitat. So there are lots of different ways to do that. Some people use webcams or motion sensing cameras or even traps. But a track plate is an effective and inexpensive way to determine what types of mammals are moving through your habitat. So in order to get the most success with your track plate, you're going to want to put your track plate where two habitats come together, like where a grassland comes together with a woodland. What I use is a vinyl placemat, a tent stake and cotton makeup remover, clear contact paper, carpenter's chalk, a water mist bottle, and a bait. And the bait you choose kind of depends on you, but what you want is something really stinky that will attract a lot of different mammals to your trap. To build your track plate, first you want to moisten down your track plate, the light layer of mist. Then you're going to set it upright slightly and apply some carpenter's chalk as evenly as you can. Go ahead and be generous. You're going to try to shake it around to even it out a little bit. And then you're going to set it firmly on the ground. You don't want this to move around too much because it'll spook the wildlife that try to use it. Once you've got it set nice and firmly, you take your tent stake and you're going to place it in the cotton like that. And then stake the plate down into place. Once you've got it staked firmly in place, you're going to take your bait, your stinky bait, and you're going to put it on the cotton mat. Okay, now we're going to let this sit overnight, come back in the morning, and see what we've got. Okay, so the next day you should see a few little tracks on your track plate. Now at first it might seem a little confusing. There'll be a big mess because the animals move around on the plate. But if you look very closely, you'll begin to see, here's a little track, here's a nice track, here's another little one, and another, and another. So we'd like to preserve these tracks so that we can identify them and study them later. What I like to do is use contact paper. It's just shelf paper and it's clear. And we're going to take off the backing. I'm going to start at one end and move it all the way down to the other end of the track plate. Being careful not to move it once you set it down. Place it down as best you can and get a reprint. I'm going to pull it up. But you might do some research and find that there are other methods that might be better suited to your habitat. So track plate is a great way to gather some evidence of some of the wildlife that are using your habitat. You can put them along trails, along riverbanks, anywhere that you think that you might be able to attract some good wildlife.